Yo, my friend, what happens when you cross coach, consultant, author, speaker, trainer with the internet and the California Gold Rush? You get digital product gold, baby. Let me explain.
You know your history, then you know that during the California Gold Rush, there were four main groups of people that came all the way up. Write this down in your notes. The practitioner, right? The tools guy, right? The info guy, and the financier or investor. There was four entities that really crushed it and came up. But do you know who crushed it the most with the biggest profit margin of them all, and who you could become today with the power of the internet? You know who crushed it? You know who had the biggest margins? You know who didn't have to sell a whole bunch of stuff to really make their money during that time? The information guy. See, the information guy had a map with an X on it and said, hey, this is where you can go and start digging and find your gold. The information guy paid pennies to have the map reproduce a gazillion times, and he sold the map for $1. The information guy. And don't just think the map guy, it was also, think about all the information that was available, right? People went out there and they dig and they were digging and they were panning, and somebody said, you know what? You're doing that wrong. Come over to my workshop and I'll teach you how to really pan gold and what to actually look for. A lot of people found gold, but they threw it away because they're looking for it to be the finished product. No, gold, when you get it out the ground, it's ore. You got to know what that looks like. Let me teach you that, but it's going to cost you $100 for me to teach. The information guys crushed it. What am I saying to you guys today? If you don't know, the information product business is slated to be a $1 billion per day business or industry before the end of this decade. I'm going to run that one back because I got to make sure y'all get that one. The information product industry is slated to be a $1 billion per day industry by the end of this decade. And you, with the advent of the internet, has the ability to start taking your intellectual capital and turning it into intellectual property and get in the game, and it costs you next to nothing. Cost you next to nothing to get in the info product game. There's two ways that you can really crush it in the info product game. If you have a gift, talent, passion, experience, expertise yourself, then you can start creating your own information products and start marketing them, present them to the marketplace and sell them. And your margin on an information product, guys, it doesn't take anything. You got the tool right now. You got a computer, a laptop. You can type your information out and it becomes an info product. This video right now is becoming an info product. Package it, present it, sell it to the people who are looking for this information. Now, that's one way you can get in the info product game, right? You take your own intellectual capital and you turn it into intellectual property. Now, the other way that you can get into the info product game, now that you know how big this industry is going to be, you might want to become the person that's going to teach people how to turn their intellectual capital into intellectual property. See, you might know somebody right now every time you talk to that person, they just bless you with knowledge. And you like, man, you ought to put that in a book. You ought to put that in a video course. Man, you ought to do workshops. You ought to do webinars. You ought to do seminars. And what does that person always come back and say to you? Man, I don't know how to do all that stuff. That's where you come in. If you learn this skill, you learn how to do this, then you turn around and you teach them. Let me show you how to create your ebook. We'll split it 50-50. We both have ownership. I'm going to give you the skill to create it. I'm going to help you create it. I'm going to invest in the project. You own 50% of the project. I own 50% of the project. Oh, you don't know how to create this workshop, this video course? Let me teach you how to create the video course, and you own 75% of the product. I own 25%. And when we sell it, that's how we're going to split the profits. See, this is a skill that you could develop. There are millions upon millions upon millions of people who got intellectual capital. They literally got money inside their mind, but they don't know how to mine it out and turn it into intellectual property so it goes from their mind to their pocket. You can teach them how to do that. And you can get paid an upfront fee to do that for them. You can get paid an upfront fee plus royalties or residuals. You can get paid an upfront fee plus royalties plus ownership stake in the product. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't work for but three things. If I'm trading my time for anything, it's going to be for equity, that's ownership. It's going to be for passive income, or it's going to be for residual income. That's pretty much it. If I'm trading my time, in return, I either have to get a stake in ownership, or I have to get some passive income from it on an ongoing basis, or I have to get some residual income from it on an ongoing basis. My own mother-in-law asked me, because I'm pretty handy, Cortez, can you come and do my kitchen floor? I said, Ma, if there is not a way that I can find, if there's not a way that I can get paid over and over and over and over again for laying this floor for you one time, I can't do it. Then my wife stepped in. She said, you do get paid over and over and over again, if you know what I mean. You better go do that floor for my mama. So I went and did the floor for my mother-in-law, right? Nevertheless, if you understand what I'm saying, the info product game is where it's at.
All right, my friend, hopefully you enjoyed that little analogy. But seriously, though, if you are a coach, speaker, trainer, author, and you haven't figured out how to turn your knowledge into a digital product that you could sell, whether you're turning a book that you've written into a course, I want to help you with that. Whether you don't have any digital products right now to go along with your coaching practice, I want to help you with that, because that's the fastest and the best way to 10x your revenue and your coaching practice is by adding a digital product, right? If you haven't figured out how to do your membership site, your group coaching sessions, automated and with digital tools, then I want to invite you to the Monetize My Life Academy Digital Product Bootcamp. Click on the link around this description, $47, and you're going to walk out of there with the knowledge and the tools and resources that you need to create 7 different types of digital product from the intellectual capital that you already possess. So I hope to see you on the inside. Peace. But you've got to overcome fear if you're going to win.